to Normal Guy Games. So this time I have a huge project that I am definitely not looking forward to. I am finally going to put paint on all 4 of my Gallowdark sets. Now, one of the problems with the Gallowdark sets is that the connectors don't fit properly, especially once you start priming and painting things. So we're going to have a look at all 4 sets, and then we're going to do some sanding, some shaving, and then maybe some painting and see how everything turns out. And now I will be using the double rattle can method for this. And then I'll be using the paints to do some of the details along with some dry brushing. And one thing I am going to be doing is originally I started with the airbrush, okay, and I thought to myself, well, I like the color Inky by Darkness, and I'd like to dry brush it with, you know, Dark Reaper to kind of bring it out to make it pop. And I realized that that is going to take forever. So I just used a couple of rattle cans I had laying around. But anyway, so let's look at it, let's get into it and see where it goes. Okay, so as you can see, this is where I've started sanding. I've sanded all the joints on each of the sides, and it does fit better. Now the problem is, once you prime them, it still doesn't quite fit very well, and I'm probably going to have to go back and sand them again. And unfortunately that sucks, but I mean, that's how GW made this terrain. So anyway, I'm using a file, actually one of my old GW files, to get the top pegs here where the little caps go. But yeah, so there's a lot of these things. There's a lot of work to be done, and here we go. Now here you can see I've used some masking tape to tape off the parts that I don't want primed. If you don't, you're going to have to sand the crap out of them just to make them fit. As you can see, this is how the two-tone works out. I used black and a matte coffee bean. The black is a Walmart flat black, Rust-Oleum, I believe. And then the coffee bean is one I've used before. Now I'm using the Pro Acryl Silver here to do a dry brush all over on all the raised areas, and this is just to make a little bit of a change in the transition there to kind of make the details pop out a little bit more. Obviously, the amount of work that you want to put into this varies, and the amount you want to do will vary. So each person to his own. What I've done here is I have, as you can see, picked out a single yellow, and I've picked out a red and a blue, and I'm just going to randomly hit the wires with the yellow, the blue, and the red, along with any other details. Maybe I'll hit some buttons or whatnot. But again, there is a lot of detail on this, and this terrain suffers from what I like to call detail creep. And the amount of just random weird details and stuff on this thing will drive you absolutely bonkers if you let it. If you honestly, and the thing is, I don't plan on making this terrain anything close to even like parade ready, table ready. I just want it to have a little splash of color on it. I'm not even sure if I'm going to paint all of the wires on all of these things as I go along. I might just two-tone most of it and call it a day. Who knows? It depends on how I feel. I'm trying to get all of this stuff ready for a Necromunda game, because I kind of like the fact that I can pack it all up. It's fairly easy. You know, it's not gonna take me forever to get everything laid down on the table, and forever, and it won't take me forever to get everything set up. But I can also you know, I can field 4 tables of this, and I'm going to have a lot of players in my Dark Uprising campaign if everything goes to plan. So this is what happens as I've finished off the wires. Now you can also see some green there from my first test prime, and I'm fine with that. I'm going to leave that little bit of green that was showing out, because let me show you what I'm going to do. I've taken the airbrush and I used the drop colors actually to paint greens on the screens, reds on the lights, and blues on any of the little energy bits. And you can see here as I pick up the this one, I did hit these sections with a white first. Anyway, that's how I'm going to do it. Thank you for watching, and don't buy this terrain. I don't know. It's really not as bad as I make it out to be, to tell you the truth, but I don't know. It just seems like this is a really big effort and a lot of extra work that I have to do, when tooling it and setting it up and getting it right could have been done before the terrain was released. I kind of feel like Games Workshop did themselves no favors with this terrain by making it basically unusable if you decide to paint it. If you prime this stuff without sanding it, there is nothing that you're going to be able to do to get this stuff together, which is why I sanded and painted it first, only to find out that I didn't sand it enough, because I didn't put any poster tack or whatnot in the little recesses there where you put the tabs. Anyway, that's enough for me. I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see if I have enough strength to do this whole thing. So please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it.